Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Taurus in August 2019. Hello, Taurus. How are you doing? I hope you guys are doing well. All right, guys. Shuffle it off. Well, I'm like jumping straight into the business. Let's ease into it a little bit better. What's going on, Taurus? How's your summer? Is it good? Is it a good summer? I hope so. I have had a pretty decent summer, if I'm honest. It's not the worst. It's not the best. It's a-okay by me. So hopefully you're having something just as good, if not better, because I always wish well for all my peoples, my clients, and just my general viewers and everybody that I come into contact with who I like. If I don't like you, then I'm less enthusiastic about you. That's not a shot at any Taurus out there, by the way. It's just, I'm admitted that I'm a human being. I'm not one of these like readers or people in the spiritual space who are just like peace, love, and happiness all the time. No, you know, people like myself or people among everybody in the world, you do have some people that you don't like or people who are just straight up enemies. So you could wish them well, but, you know, secretly you're just like, but not really, like, sort of. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I was meant to connect or say that right now for somebody, because maybe some of you are having an issue with an enemy or frenemy or something like that. Anyway, regardless of your situation, I hope everything's going pretty well in your life and you're enjoying your summer and having a good time. Now we get into the spiel. Taurus, I've shuffled off camera. That's your main spread there. I will shuffle on camera now for your outcome and your overall energy. Once all the cards are out and they're lying face up on the table, that's when the reading begins. Timestamp is in the description box below if you choose to jump ahead. Also down there is the information you need if you want to purchase a personal reading with me. You simply follow the steps. I do my part, you do your part, everybody's a happy camper. But if you have any clarifying questions before you order, you can also email me at the exact same address and I will answer you as soon as I can, okay? Anything else? Yes, please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and do all that fun stuff that YouTube allows you to do. Keeps me out here in the rotation of YouTube land, which is a very, very vast place. There's tons of readers on YouTube, tons. So if you want to help me stay sort of in the shuffle, you can interact with the channel and interact with the videos as much as possible, and that pleases the YouTube algorithm. Okay? All right, Taurus, let's get you an outcome for August 2019. Please show me Taurus's outcome. Oh my God, I've dropped half the deck. It's gone everywhere. Time for a timeout. I'll be right back. All right, Taurus, let's try that again. Since half the deck got splayed out on the floor, I'm just going to do like a quick reshuffle, get the cards introduced to each other since they've been so dramatically separated. Okay. One more, thank you. Wow. I've not had a big drop like that, perhaps ever, on camera. in real life, in like real life personals, I've done it, but I don't think I've ever done it on camera. Anyway, Taurus's outcome for August 2019. Taurus's outcome in August 2019. Please show me. Thank you. There. Thank you. Bottom of the deck is the overall. And a little bit of a sideways card. So let's see. Okay, thank you. All right, let's flip what came face down for you. Oh, that's kind of funny. The triangle effect again. All right, you got a lot going on, my friends. Let's figure out just exactly what's going on. Please show me where Taurus is in August 2019. Please show me Taurus in August 2019. Please show me. Okay. Whew, got it. Oh, that was tough. Tough to get. Anyway, Taurus, coming into August, you come in with the 5 of Swords. So, You are over it, man. You are over it. And more so, you're just tired. More than being over it or anything like that, you're super tired. As you can see, we've got this knight in all his garb, looking quite defeated, kind of disheveled, but ultimately feeling or having the appearance of being the victor, because he's got all the swords. And in the very back, I don't know if you can see it, there's someone walking away in the distance. So after disagreements, after fighting, after stalemates, after, you know, whatever, I feel it's mostly you, Taurus. You're feeling as if you're on top, or like I've said, you've won, but you don't feel like you've won anything. I think that things have gone either to plan or either in a way that hasn't left you too exposed or too at a loss of much of a type, but you still feel there's a loss. Because like I said, on the outside, it looks like you have everything. You've got all 5 swords, right? So if we're talking about knights and knighthood and fighting on the battlefield, I guess it's better to have 5 swords than none if you want to stand a chance of winning in that circumstance, given that's what a knight is supposed to do. It's supposed to be out there getting into the kerfuffle of everything and really, you know, putting a mighty stance out there for the world to see. So to the outside world or to other people around you, Taurus, it looks like you're okay. It looks like you're fine. It looks like you've seen the end of a situation, and again, you've come out on top. You look like, you look like that. That's not how you feel. That is not how you feel, but that's what it looks like. So for whoever's watching you, friends, family, whoever is looking at you, you look fine. You don't look sick. You don't look tired. You don't look this. You don't look that. But on the inside, I'm telling you, you have a void inside of you. The 5 of Swords traditionally is talking somewhat of what I'm saying, which is a hollow victory, a victory that doesn't really fulfill you, doesn't really get you anything, doesn't really make you feel any better than you did before you had the disagreement or before you had the argument or whatever we're talking about. 5s are challenges in terms of numerology. I know a little bit about numerology, same way I know a little bit about astrology. But the 5s represent challenges and disputes and having to push through quite trying times, or to just, you know, withstand a trial, you know, withstand adversity. Whether you win or lose, you have to go through it, right? And through the 5, moving through it, right? And as we move up the numerological, whatever. As you ascend 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all that, you get into 6, which is then balance and recalibration and seeing things come back into harmony, right? So there's in that, the transitions through the numbers also represents sort of the ebbs and flows of life. So with this, you've just really come into, and I feel not even recently, this has been going on for weeks, months, maybe even years for some of you, just going through some shit that you don't want to go through, and you're going through it, and to the outside world and maybe even to yourself on a very like egotistical level, you're succeeding. You're happy, or you're contented, or you're fine. You're contented with just feeling fine and okay with something. But there's something amiss deeper inside of you, Taurus, and you would not be able to tell. I mean, aside from his posture and him sitting on the ground, we don't really know what that knight's all about. Because again, he's so well guarded. He's so well, you know, that armor is keeping the true truth of his emotions. Because in that posture, sitting on the ground, you know, with the way he is, he could just be tired, exhausted from the fight. Beneath the armor, we can't see his face. He could be crying. He could be in agony. He could be in pain. We don't know. So whatever you're going through on an internal level, nobody knows except you. And that is either by design, you choose that, you are playing heavily on people accepting the surface side of you as to avoid them seeing what's going on underneath, or it's circumstantial. Like, you might be experiencing pain, but other people are just like, but you came out on top. Like if this is legit an argument with someone that you know or someone that you love, other people who may know of the situation, who might be friends of yours or who are intimate with both you and the other party, they might say, well, you know, Taurus, in this situation, you're actually correct, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. But inside, you don't feel correct. You know, there's something here about other people seeing things the way you are making them see it. Again, you're putting on that armor and you're making them see that you're content and you're happy and you're smiling. Look, I'm getting like smiling in Snapchat, smiling in Instagram, smiling all on your social media. Smile, 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 smile. Behind your smile, tears of a clown, right? So there is this illusion. A considerable amount of you are pushing forth. Others of you, it's circumstantial, and people are just like not diving deep with you to see like the true you. So in that case, I think maybe you have superficial friends or family members who they say they know you, but then they don't really take the time to get to know you or take the time to understand just how nuanced this situation is for you, just how upset you are over whatever you've been, you know, having contention about or contention with another person perhaps. Like other people are not diving deep, or you're not allowing people to dive deep. Does that make sense? So some of you are putting up a veneer, smiles all on your social media, putting up all these inspirational quotes on your Etsy page or some shit like that, and it just looks fantastic. And that's how you want it to be, because you don't want anyone to get close. Others of you, you're like, oh my God, I'm suffering. And other people are like, oh, but you look good. Oh my God, look at your makeup, you look good. And you're like, but I'm in pain. But oh my God, look at your hair. Oh my God, it's so perfect. Like, it's like that. So either you're deep and you don't allow people to get close to you, or or you're deep but the other people around you are shallow. Either way you cut this, Taurus, there's more going on beneath the surface than what other people can see or you allow them to see. Take your pick. Now, what's going on? So this is probably what's going on beneath the surface. This Knight of Cups energy, water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Cancer. You might be dealing with a water sign, but you don't have to be. This is more like what's going on, like I said, beneath the surface with you. This Knight of Cups energy, this longing. Oh my God, is it a longing for you to reach out and touch someone? If you guys remember, reach out and touch someone. And I don't even know if that's a real song, but I feel like it's something from the 80s. Anyway, there's this desire for you to connect with someone, particularly someone, in many of your cases, like one particular person, an estranged friend, estranged family member, an estranged partner from your past, or someone that you're currently with, but there's like a distance between you and you guys are not seeing eye to eye, and you just want to come forth and present an offer to them, but for some reason it's just not happening. In other cases, it's not a specific person, it's more general. Some of you might be like wrangling with your social anxiety or feeling awkward in new social settings. Maybe some of you started a new job, started a new at school. Being that it's August, some of you might be going back to school if you're in college or high school or something like that, and you just have like a lot to give. This is how you feel, Taurus. You have a lot to give, but you don't know how to give it, or you don't know where to deliver it to or whom to present it to, and so it just sits in your lap. Like, I'm feeling like this cup, which in this card, I can't even tell if he's holding the cup. But in the traditional tarot, many traditional depictions of the Knight of Cups, you'll see the knight holding a chalice, a golden chalice or something, or a bejeweled cup, right? And in my mind, I'm seeing this cup, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, 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 and it like turns into like a punch bowl. It turns into like a big tub, and it just sits with you, and you have nowhere to deposit this, and that's really upsetting to you. Taurus, my God, one of your archetypes is being, you know, a lover in the tarot. You know, you're being very effusive and very much into affection and showing people how you feel about them. You're very strong and you're very staunch and you're very stubborn and all these other, you know, those are the other sides of Taurus. But that tender side of Taurus is much like, I mean, I don't think bulls do this. I don't think bulls do this, but it's like if you had a dog or a cat and it rolls over and shows you its belly, like that's the side of you that you want to expose to people. Expose, yeah, sure. That you want to show to people, or a particular person, but you're just not able to. Why? Did you fight? Maybe. In some cases, have you been blocked? Maybe. Social media, okay. And that would be definitely for those who are putting up the smiles and the fake shit on your social media. If someone has blocked you, just in case they're snooping around, or just in case they see you through somebody else's social media, you want them to see that you're not upset. So there's a discrepancy here, because this is way vulnerable, and this is slightly vulnerable, more so tender. And somewhere in here, let me tell you straight up, there is a pain you've experienced, and you're just not, that is what you're not expressing. And for me, I'm feeling that whomever you're dealing with, or just for your own sake, your own state of mind, your own personal health and wellness, it's best to express the pain. Like this defensive, defensive thing, again, with the armor, and you're putting on a certain persona, putting on a certain mask with that energy, and then to come with this love offer, because, and it could be a love offer in a romantic sense, but it does not have to be. Love is beyond just sex and romance, right? This could be an expression of love to your parent or to your child. This offer seems to, I'm feeling it, I don't know where, you'll know, it's your life, but there is a negation or an ignoring of what caused you to be hurt. If it's the other person, if it's some other person external to the disagreement you had with someone, or if it's something internal in your history, childhood wounds, certain behaviors or choices that you've made in your life that you regret, okay? So like there's more to this knight being on the ground looking exhausted than just having been through a confrontation with someone. Why was the confrontation even started? Now, I'm asking you that, and the surface answer is, well, he said this or she said that, and then I said this, and and then it escalated. That's the surface answer. Go deeper. Why was this started? Why did that confrontation begin? Why are you and this person not able to see eye to eye? Well, because 2 years ago, deeper. Why? Deeper. Further back. Deeper. Deeper, 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 deeper. This together is a cry? Sure. There's something deeper that needs to be expressed here, Taurus, but I think, as you tend to do, you might just want to smooth over and gloss over the hard shit. Now listen, Taurus is a hard worker in terms of job. Taurus is a hard worker in terms of a relationship and like current things that happen in the now. As far as like deep diving into the past or deep diving into the root of a situation, Taurus is just not about that life, because again, it's a driving force with Taurus, forward progression. Yeah, go, go, go. Not super fast, you're an earth sign, but there is still this tenacity inside of you that says, you know what, the past is the past, we can't change the past, let's forget the past. And I'm here to tell you that either you or the other person, or in tandem with each other, the past is very significant, because you saying this situation with the Five of Swords started because he or she said that, and then this happened and it all escalated, is the pat answer. That's that surface answer. The real answer is, I do this when I feel hurt. They do that when they feel defensive. And then we get into talking about behavioral patterns. We get into talking about coping mechanisms. Like I mentioned earlier, we get to talking about childhood traumas and childhood wounding and all the things that someone with a higher level of expertise, a doctor, okay, a therapist, okay, would be able to analyze and diagnose you with, or at least help you with. Not maybe diagnose, but at least help you work through it. And it's a challenge with the 5. It's surmountable. I always say that when I see the 5s. They're surmountable because we're only halfway between 1 and 10, right? When we get to the 5. So we can work through it. But Taurus, you often are only interested in how to forget about where you've been hurt. Now, the irony there is what I told you earlier. Some of you know there's a deep something going on, but you put up these surface illusions of being okay and contented. Others of you, you're crying out for people to recognize how deep this wounding is inside of you, or how deep this rift is between you and someone else, but you are surrounding yourself with shallow people. I want you to question that dichotomy, or that polarity rather. You want this one thing, or you recognize this one thing, but then you act as if it doesn't exist. Or you are very aware that this deep chasm exists within you that needs to be addressed, but you are only surrounded by people who can't even imagine what that's like. Why? I don't know. I'm not here to tell you that. I have no idea. But that is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like this total, like I said, a dichotomy. Like it just does not add up. There's something going on that is beyond what I've experienced in these first two cards. Let's continue. Let's see what else. So, you want this partnership for sure, but there's a defensiveness around it. Now, who you want, they could be going through something very similar. Is that who that is? Yeah, they're not here for it. Absolutely not. Thank you. So whoever you're having this disagreement with, or whoever you've had this falling out with, whatever this has happened here, where again, on the outside, to most people, it looks like you're okay. It looks like you're the victor. The person that was in the fight with you, in the fray with you, represented here by that 9 of Wands. So, I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to put it up to the camera. Hopefully you can see. Look at this guy's face, this fox. 2 through with it. Just as bruised and battered as the knight might be, we can't tell because the knight has the armor on, but he is on the ground and he's sitting there looking quite exhausted, right? This guy, it shows. The wounding, the head bandage, he's got a bandage on his arm as well. He's got his, this person has been in the fray with you. They are maybe not as invested, but they put up, they stood their ground. As much as you stood your ground, as much as you said what you had to say, they said what they had to say, and they're as fierce as you. Let's just put it that way. They're as fierce as you. The other thing about this person is they are staunchly not going to change their position, because they've had it to a certain extent. When we get to the 9, we're preparing to go to the 10. We're preparing to end it. So this person is not super interested in any type of reconciliation or any type of amendment to what has happened. I think that this person tried their best with you, or feels that they tried their best with you. They feel that they were honest, or they feel that they were direct. They feel that they were not correct as in they were right, but they were correct to do what they had to do. So even if they did something that was foul, that other people or even you acknowledge is like really harsh or really terrible, they're just like, well, I had to do it. It's like see, this is where they're coming from. You made me do this. You put me in that position to do this. Now, I'm not here to say that that is correct. Do not take that as I condone whatever this person did. Absolutely not. I don't necessarily condone it, because people can use that excuse when they punch someone in the face. Look what you made me do. I've seen that shit before, and that's not correct. But from their side of it, Taurus, what else could have been done? Nothing. On their side, this is how they feel. Nothing could have been done to change the outcome. Nothing could have been done to rectify the situation. Nothing can be done in the present and going forward to make me do anything differently than what I've done already before. That's the thing about the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands sticks to their story, sticks with their guns. Just, it's a stick. Or not a stick. It's a feeling of being like dug in, like entrenched. I'm not going to waver one way or the other, whether it's to forgive and forget, whether it's to continue fighting to the death. Like, no, I'm just, it's unyielding is the way it comes across. As much as they're done with it, they're also not going to back down. You know, this person, like I said, is ready to be done with this, moving from the 9 to the 10. The 10 is where we begin to release, right? And we begin to start the cycle over back again to the aces, right? So this person is preparing to let it go, preparing to move on to something else in their life, preparing to forget about whatever has happened between the two of you. But okay, another way to think of it, unapologetic. They have no they give no shits about apologizing to you or feeling sorry in the situation, and they are resolute in it is what it is. It has happened the way it was supposed to happen, and there's no turning back. Interesting. So, like I said, those other qualities of Taurus: staunch, stubborn. You've met your match. This person is very much like you in that way of saying, I said what I said, I meant what I said, and I stand by what I said, or I stand by what I did, I stand by what I feel, and I will not relent. If you want to let this go, you can let it go, and then I'll let it go. Or I'm letting it go, but if you keep coming to me, I'm not going to change my position. So that's what it is. They're ready to move on in their own regard, in their own life, in other areas. But as far as you and them getting to some type of resolution or redemption between the two of you, they are not interested. You could be very interested. I feel that you're probably mostly interested in trying to make a resolution between you and this person, trying to see if you guys can sort of put your differences aside and come to the table, clean slate, trying to work something out. And they're just like, fuck off. Absolutely not. They're just like a no. No, 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 no. And the interesting thing is, it's their call. It's their call. Absolutely, thank you. It's their call, because up next to them, they've got the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. I gotta explain it. It's not a third-party situation. I mean, it could be, because every time, no readers in particular, by the way, but often I will see readers just call a third-party situation. I think that's just to placate the masses. I do not say that if it's not here. I don't necessarily feel third-party situation for most of you. For a handful, sure, this is something about you, another person, and somebody on the side. Fine. But for the most part, this Three of Pentacles is talking about unity, talking about harmony, talking about partnership, and it's next to them. It's their call. The ball is in their cart. Oh my God. The ball is in their court, okay? They hold the power here in terms of what you want, in terms of you and them being copacetic, being reunited, being able to work something out, be able to put your differences aside and come to some type of agreement to partner up in any sense, romantic, business, family, friends, I don't know, all of it, really. So most Tauruses that are going to resonate with this reading, you have a particular person in your life of any type of relationship, of any type of affinity or relation between you that you're just like, I want to work it out with you. And this person is just like, fuck off. No. No. They know it's a possibility. They might even want it a little bit. Some of them might even want it a little bit. Because sometimes with the Nine of Wands, there's like this thing that you want, but you can't get it because you're too busy fighting, or you're too busy holding your ground, standing your ground, and being firm in something, that you actually end up missing an opportunity. So some of them might even want it. But I feel for those that do want it, that's an internal battle for them, because they see possibly the good or the pros of working with you, getting together with you, reuniting with you, but then they see the cons as well. And to put it simply, the cons outweigh the pros in their mind from where they stand. The cons absolutely outweigh the pros with you, Taurus. And that could be, okay, here it goes. That could be for those who are here for the third party situation. This is a very clear call out to like a few of you, right? This person, maybe they have a new partner, okay? Maybe this is your ex or something like that. Or this is the person, you were the side piece, and that's them and their main partner. This person could love the shit out of you, Taurus. I love my little side biscuit, Taurus. They're my favorite person in the world. This person could be married. committed long-term to someone else that they absolutely are tired of or, aren't necessarily over the moon about. And there's a chance to have new partnership with you. But the cons outweigh the pros. What's the con? I got to get divorced. I got to move out of my family home. I got to start paying alimony. I got to pay child support. I got to do all these things. I got to uproot myself. I got to destroy my kids, destroy my partner, and I'm going to break all these other people's hearts over here just to fulfill my own happiness with you, Taurus. Not worth it. Not worth it from their point of view. For you, Taurus, you're just like, come on, baby, get all this side piece. I am your one and only biscuit. Let's go. But for them, it's like, I can't risk it. I can't put all these other people basically in pain just to make myself happy. Now you can reslice that the other way. You could be the person who doesn't even know there's a third party situation going on. You could be the person who I don't know. But regardless of where you fall in this reading so far, Taurus, it's on them to open up that door towards making things work. I feel most of them say no. Most of them say absolutely not. Or most of them say I can't, not under these circumstances, or I can't right now. If you want to have a little bit of joy or a little bit of hope. That's for a small part of you, a portion of you guys. Some of them are just going to say not right now because Pentacles can represents things that we value here in the 3D space, and we do value time, right? So some of them, it's a matter of time. I don't have the time to open up to you. I don't have the time to receive your love offer. And again, that kind of falls in line. You're in line with their energy, right? This 5 of Swords of yours meets their 9 of Wands. Your Knight of Cups, your offer, you're wanting to go forward and say, hey, here's what I think and here's what I feel. And yeah, I got these deep issues that I don't necessarily want to talk about, but I love you right now. I love you here and now. Forget about the past, blah, blah, blah. And their energy that meets that is the need, or not the need, but this issue of compromise, this issue of unity, this issue of harmony. And they don't feel harmonious right now. They don't feel like being open to your offer. For some of you, right now. For others of you, never again. Or just absolutely, no way. Gosh, that's pretty clear. I don't usually get such a no. But that's, most of you, it's a no. I'm sorry, guys. Because I'm sure that really upsets you. And you'll have to deal with that as it comes into your life. Now, if you've been to my channel before, you know what's going to happen next. But for those who are new here, this is the triplet. I do not intend to lay 7 card spreads. I intend to lay 6 card spreads. We get what I call the triplet when we have 2 cards arriving in one position. Makes a triangular shape. It sometimes tells a completely different story than what we discussed in the 4 cards. Sometimes the story is complementary. Let's find out together what we're discussing today. Well, it's pretty much the same thing. Okay. Oh, and a crescendo in the music, so that is a little bit of a confirmation for me that what I'm feeling is correct. Someone has lied, and they have been caught lying, or someone has been deceitful, and they have been caught being deceitful, and they are going to pay the price. Let's get it. So, I'm going to have to turn that fan down because it's chilly in here. So in the baseline, we've got the 7 of Swords matched up with the King of Wands. So the 7 of Swords traditionally is talking about that lying, deceiving energy, that sneaky behavior, okay? Could circle back to that third-party potentiality for some of you, okay? Matched up with the King of Wands, which is a creative sort, a very passionate person, male or female, does not matter, but it is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You might be dealing with one of those signs, but you don't have to be. So either this person, this magnanimous, very creative, very effusive and boisterous person is the one lying or has been lied to. I feel it's more been done to because we do have this person in the 7 of Swords walking towards that King of Wands energy. So you or someone else has been deceptive towards this fire sign energy. You could be embodying the King of Wands, by the way. It's super general. I'm not feeling it either. Or rather, I'm feeling it both ways. Basically, some of you Tauruses have lied, and some of you Tauruses have been lied to. Take your pick. You know what side you're on. Whoever did the deed made a mistake. Made a mistake. Because if you're going to lie to someone, do not let it be the King of Wands. Because he will not stand for it. I'm only saying he because it's a king, okay? You could be a female and be experiencing this, or this could be between all females. So don't get caught up in the gender. But the King of Wands is just like, let me show you. Oh, God, look at it. A noble lion wearing a crown. Not even holding the wand, but just having this brute force look about this person. Fearsome, yeah? To deceive the King of Wands, or try to deceive the King of Wands, even if you're successful for a while, is just like not the best move. Because the King of Wands is quite loyal. The King of Wands is very upstanding. Is probably somebody who could be truthful to a fault. Would, you know, not like a total stick in the mud, would have fun, has a sense of humor, but ultimately is also sensitive, deeply sensitive, or at least has strong sensibilities when it comes to upright behavior, okay? Noble is the word I used, right, earlier? So that is just this person through and through. To walk towards, aka present or deliver to this person falseness is a wrong move. It disheartens the King of Wands. It upsets the King of Wands. It hurts the King of Wands. It angers the King of Wands. Whatever. So this is just bad news all around. Bad news. What's the lie about? What's the deception about? Now, interestingly, okay, interesting. There's been a lie about a disagreement, or I wish you could, it's like a fight or some type of two sides of a story, right? Because in the background of this card, let me see if I can get it up to the camera. In the back, you see the two flags, the red and the yellow flag or orange flag. It looks like a battlefield. And what's this guy doing over here? Sneaking away with these swords that have been left behind, or have been, you know, put up for safekeeping in the armory or something like that. So there's been like this interloper, okay, because again, there's two sides in the background here, in the battleground in the back. And this third person thieving from both sides, or thieving from the main story. So that can go so many ways. It most directly links to somebody in the third party situation. Lately, let me tell you, I've been doing my whole spiel on, oh, it's not a third party situation. And then I immediately give the third party situation scenario. And then eventually, as I go on, it builds. So I'm like, okay, fine. But it could just be someone denying their involvement in something, because again, there's this thing going on in the background, and here this person in the foreground involved, or appears to not be attached to it, but is obviously contextually would be aware. You know that you're taking swords from one side or the other on the battlefield. You know that there are people having a disagreement over there. And you know that there's this grand, you know, falling out between two sides of a country or an empire or whatever, but you're in here doing, like, I forget what that's called. Oh, what's that called? When, like, it's not, this is not the term, but it's sort of like war crimes. Like someone is benefiting while other things are crumbling down around them. They're finding a way to benefit from the situation. They're finding a way to get over, to make money off of, or to I don't know. It's just like, yeah, I wish I knew the terminology for this. Because the other part of this is that this person would claim no loyalty. Okay. That's not the term that I was looking for, but I'm getting to this essence of this character in the foreground. Disloyal versus the King of Wands. So about loyalty. So concerned with loyalty. So a part of his makeup, again, could be a female, could be you, Taurus, even, is that they are loyal. And they value loyalty. And to be a disloyal person and try to intermingle with the King of Wands, eventually that's not going to work out. So, lies, deceit, disloyalty, dishonor, if we want to get, even to more, language of nobility and stuff like that. I feel that's contextually in your history, Taurus. Recent history, deep history maybe. Because I feel there's something buried in your life, Taurus, that is ringing true in this situation. Could be a cycle, could be what is in your present now looks like this, but it is also in your past. And it's come around again in the form of a cycle. Are you repeating patterns in your life? Are you constantly lying to people? Are you regularly, at some regular interval, coming to people that you work with, people that you live with, people that you are in relationships with, whatever, and you eventually begin to tell them lies? Now, when I say tell a lie, I don't necessarily mean to deceive them and not... I'm taking also in this, a lie can be an omission of truth. What do I mean by that? If someone asks you, hey Taurus, how do you feel about this? And you tell them what you don't really feel. You tell them what they want to hear, what you think they want to hear. That's a lie. But it's a lie by omission of truth. You don't aim to upset them. You're not saying, like literally, you're not trying to hurt them. I hope you're getting what I'm saying, because I think when I say this disloyal, dishonorable character over here seems like a really seedy, very nasty person, I'm like, no, I think some of these people, whoever this is with that Seven of Swords, whether it's you or someone else, sometimes was acting out of good intentions. Sometimes people lie with good intentions or omit the truth because they think it's the best choice to be the better person or to make the situation go well. I shouldn't tell the truth. Does this dress make me look fat? Oh, no, babe, you look gorgeous. I love it. I love when you wear that dress. Versus telling the truth. Versus telling the truth, which is, it kind of, gets into your creases there and it looks a little bumpy along your thighs. And that's, and of course, that's a dangerous conversation to have with a partner. Okay, you look a little tight in your clothes. But what's the deeper context of that? If you were to express, this is just an example, by the way, that you could stand to lose some weight. Not because you don't look good, but because you are concerned that you don't look good. You're asking me if I think you look good in that dress. Do you think you look good in that dress? That's like a totally nuanced, slightly deep psychological conversation to have with a partner. Like, how do you feel in your clothes? Do you think you look nice? Then I think you look nice. Or if the person is like, yeah, I don't mind that I look this way in my dress, and you're like, but I know you've gained like 30 pounds over like the past year. I think you should stop eating so much. Just like, this is like so potentially rude in some people's eyes, but there is a way to be concerned about a person's health or their appearance that is more than superficial. I don't think you look good in those clothes as we go out to the club or go out to eat. That's quite a shallow way to approach it versus the true intention, which I think sometimes this person has, which is, I'm concerned that maybe you don't look pretty or you don't think you look attractive, and I want to know why you care what I think or why you care what other people think. How do you feel about yourself? I'm concerned about your self-esteem, your self-image, right? Or I'm concerned of your diet, about your diet and your health. You look fine in the dress, but I don't know that we should necessarily be hitting the buffet twice a week. Maybe we could cut down on that and you might look a little bit better in the dress. There's like something here about omission of the truth. Do I look good in this dress? Yes, you look great. Oh, you look fabulous when you put on your suit and tie if it's not about a dress. Oh, babe, I love when you put on your V-neck and it's like he's got like man boobs and not like man chest, It's like saying, yes, you're fine, But then that ignores the deeper problem of maybe you don't look good, or maybe I'm concerned about your weight gain, or maybe I'm concerned about your weight loss if it's the other problem. Babe, that dress is falling off of you, and not in a sexy way, in a way that you've lost your muscle mass, or you've lost, whatever. You've lost your curves. You look like a stick. I don't know. This is turned into something else. But so this person here, who sometimes, from their perspective, was saying things for the betterment of someone else, or to make a situation more pleasurable, easier, is just rotten and stank in the eyes of the King of Wands. Because again, the King of Wands values honesty, loyalty, truthfulness, uprightness. He can handle a critique. Again, only because it's a king. This person can handle a critique. They can handle the harsh truths. Yeah? But somebody said, oh no, you don't want to hear that. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to share that. No, And if you're going to fall on either side of that, Taurus. Now, pardon me, above, we have the Emperor in reverse. I'll show you this upright so you can get used to it. Major Arcana for Aries, so some of you might be dealing with an Aries, but you don't have to be. So the Emperor in reverse, if I'm honest, Taurus, I feel in some ways, for not all of you, but a good portion of you, this is a cycle. You go through this regularly, either with the same person or with different people, but playing similar roles, right? Now, whoever the Emperor is, probably this person, or someone close to this person, or someone that mimics that person's behavior. The Emperor, in terms of archetype, can represent father figures or leaders in business, so bosses, managers, CEOs, things like that. But ultimately, someone who has dominion and control and is very staunch and is very, very much my way, the highway kind of energy. Yeah. Can be kind of tyrannical, can be kind of not a nuisance, but very ornery, okay? But if not that, just someone who is strong within their own self-identity, okay? In the reverse, above this whole situation, we have turned what could have been copacetic, because I feel that the King of Wands is an energy or a person who's very much into communal sharing, or very much into communal understanding. Let's talk this out. Let's hash this out. Let's communicate with each other. Let's collaborate on this situation. Let's. Has turned into a I, but in a negative spin. So I feel most likely it's connected here, here, and here. All fire. Wands, Emperor, fire sign energy with Aries being attached. So it's probably this person that I was talking about earlier. 9 of Wands is probably the King of Wands, which is probably the Emperor. It could be you still, but I feel it's most likely that person, or again, the same type of person that repeats in a cycle, who now turns from a let's, we, community, to a only me, looking out for me, protecting me. Has felt slighted down here, has felt insulted down here with that 7 of Swords energy right next to him, has felt abandoned or attacked, or, in some cases undermined or looked at as stupid. Do not test the intelligence or the mindfulness or the understanding of the King of Wands. The King of Wands, a little bit of ego, thinks that he's pretty damn smart. So to lie to him, to lie by omission, to deceive him, is to say, I don't think you're smart enough to catch me, or to catch on to what I'm doing here. And then when you're found out, rageful, potentially. Or, as I said up here, which is kind of where I'm thinking it's more like a defensive rage. Okay? Defensive rage. Maybe not coming after you or coming after whoever is in the 7 of Swords, or coming after anybody who displeases them, but certainly puts that iron wall up immediately. Oh, you tried to get over on me? Boom! There goes the iron door. There goes the wall. Immediately builds up defenses because you or someone else tried to make a fool out of this person. Tried to mock them, tried to deceive them, tried to say you don't know that I'm up to something not so nice. Once the King of Wands or the Emperor or the Knight of Wands catches wind of that, the shit is shut down. We're not going anywhere. No way. No way. This is done. My interaction with you, done. My interaction in the situation, done. My involvement here, done. Everything is done. Because I will not allow myself now, instead of I'm no longer going to allow myself to be subjected to this. You can stay here with your lies if you want to. You can lie to other people if you want to. I'm not going to be involved. You have tried to involve me before in the we energy down here between you and I. Let's do this. Let's collaborate. Let's do this. Let's go here. Let's talk to these people. Let's. Us, right? Now, you have implicated me in something deceitful. No more. Nope. Not doing it. Definitely, the Emperor, when he's in his upright position, he would be a tough person to get on side. He would be very discerning about how and when he gets into partnership with anybody, regardless of any type of relationship. Now, in the reverse, I'm not doing business with anybody. Nobody. He becomes a shut-in, not like in a hermit type way or like in a recluse type of way, but he becomes a shut-in as in, thank you, because I feel the need to explain something here. This person, if it is relative to the King of Wands energy, which I feel it is, would be open-armed. Here's my castle, here's my kingdom, here's all that I have to offer, share in the goods of my life, share in the blessings of my life. Then someone comes in, proves to be a thief, proves to be a liar, proves to be someone that can't be accounted for, can't be trusted. Oh, you are now expelled from the kingdom, and the kingdom is now on lockdown. Nobody gets in. This person is hardened. Whoever it is, you or the other person, hardened. Outcome for August. Queen of Swords, upright. Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, air sign energy. You might be dealing with one of those signs, but you don't have to be. So that's basically what I just said. Nobody gets in. But here's the caveat with this. This energy talks. The Emperor just does it and just acts like it's finished. Like acts like nothing was different the day before. Once that iron curtain falls down or that iron wall comes up, however you want to think of it, once everything is shut down, the Emperor acts like that was always the way it was. Not much give or take with that person. With the Queen of Swords energy here, on your side, on their side, there is just like this unquestionable acknowledgement and truth about the situation. Yeah, I put those walls up. Or, yeah, I was deceptive. Or, yeah, I am hiding a deeper pain within myself. This is for you, this is for them, this is for everybody involved. There's just an unyielding truth that comes from the Queen of Swords that can be quite biting, that can be quite shocking or hard to handle, yeah? Hard to digest. But I feel it's necessary for everybody if, you know, for the pun, the cards are all on the table. So for you, you say your piece, they say their piece, and everybody now knows the truth. I'm not necessarily feeling that is what will happen, but I think that is sort of what needs to happen. You know, to what end, to what result, I have no clue, but she's the great bringer of truth, or the great possessor of truth, because she will say her piece, and sure it cuts, sure it hurts, but she kind of doesn't care. Because that sort of has been the undercurrent here, caring, which is kind of ironic, or kind of weird to say. The undercurrent here has been caring, almost caring too much what other people think, or caring what other people might say, or caring how other people might react if I do X, Y, Z. Like that whole thing with the dress, do you look fat in the dress? This whole thing over here where you're putting up a veneer on social media, or you're crying out for help, but the people around you are a bunch of shallow Sheilas and they have no idea that you're suffering. There's something here about caring and people not responding to the care, or people caring but then not being able to articulate it. And I think what needs to happen, or what would be beneficial, is that people speak their piece, people speak their truth, and not care about the result. That way we have full frontal honesty in the situation, which might be able to lead to understanding, because with the swords, we're talking about intellectual capacities, right? We're talking about our ability to communicate. We're talking about our ability to be able to understand other people's position in the world. And sometimes you just need people to be straight up honest about it, so in order for you to fully understand them. You know, when you try to placate and talk in generality, sometimes it gets a little muddied and people kind of lose the plot. But if you're very specific, you're very straightforward, you're very much in the energy of not caring how they feel once the truth is out there, then we might have a greater understanding or a greater sense of clarity in the situation. Okay? Overall, hello. For the month of August is the Hierophant, your own energy, major arcana for Taurus. So, some of you, I'm going to put that down for a second because I need a drink of water. Some of you, as I'm about to drink water, I'm starting to talk silly. Pardon me. Some of you, I feel, have to come to terms or get into some type of realization, like I said earlier, kind of what I'm feeling back here between these two cards is, historically, what's going on in my life? Historically, in the grand scheme of things, what's going on? Because the Hierophant represents systems in play and ideas of normalcy, or ideals of, oh God, what is that word? It's out of my head. I totally lost it. Decorum is a similar word. Decorum, right? So the status quo, right? I alluded to that earlier with you, Taurus. You're a deep sign. You're a sign of great veracity and in your own right, nobility. But Taurus often lives, which is nice, in the here and now, in the day-to-day, in seeking pleasure and contentment and happiness right now. But structurally, deep in the recesses of Taurus's character is strong foundations built on oh God, it went out of my head again. Legacy. That's not the word, but we're getting somewhere with that. Legacy, normalcy, history, status quo, decorum, all that stuff. My God, it keeps coming in and out of my brain, this word. This one word, which sums up the whole damn thing, but I can't get it. And maybe that's here for a reason. Some of you, you know it's on the tip of your tongue what you need to express, what you need to realize, what you need to confront in your own life. But then it disappears from you. Because in your day-to-day life, I'm more interested in being happy right now than I am in diving too deep into questioning the foundations of my life. Now this is turning into a slightly nuanced reading. But for you, as the overall energy being the Hierophant, we're talking about structures in your life that have strong anchors, strong foundation, firm. Why are they there? For good or for worse, why are they there? What are they? Number one, what are some of those values? Not the word, but I hope we're like pecking around this one word that I want, but it will not come to me. But why are all these things in place in your life, Taurus? Where do they come from? Who gave them to you? Why do you follow these examples? Why do you do these things? Why do you say those things? Why do you let these things happen in your life? Or why do you let these types of people into your life if you're dealing with a bunch of, what do I call them? Shallow Sheilas, okay? Why do you deal with people like that if you truly want deep connections with other people? Is it a safety thing? Is it because of vulnerability? I don't know. But there's a question of the rhymes and the reasons I'm feeling with that Hierophant card. The rhymes and the reasons of your life. That's very much overseeing this entire reading. I feel for many of you, it's a cycle thing. It's a pattern thing. There are many very legit people out here on the internet, on social media, on YouTube, who can really give you like some hints and some clues into that. I watch a few, I follow a few. I'm like, damn, speaking to me. Find someone who speaks to you, who can start you down this path of investigating your patterns, investigating your cycles, investigating your behavior. And that is not to put the blame on you, but because this is your reading, you've come to watch it, you're the person I'm going to address. Does the other person, Nine of Wands, Emperor in reverse, King of Wands, do they have some Some things that they need to work on? Probably. Nobody in this life is purely a victim or purely a hero, okay? But you're here. I want you to do this work. Or, I could want it all I want. I suggest you could. You don't have to do anything. Taurus, that is your reading for August. Intense. Slightly intense, but I hope it was helpful to you. If you liked it, if it was helpful, hit the like button. If you want to comment on the video, you can leave that comment down below letting me know how this resonated in your life. I'd love to read those things. You can also share this video across your social media platforms, letting other people know you like my stuff, you enjoyed the message here today. That would be great. And of course, the biggest one of all, if you are not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, my friend. I think I do a pretty cool job around here. I think I do okay. And if you subscribe and do all those other things, that lets me know that is the truth. All right, Taurus, I'm going to be back in a few weeks with your mid-August readings. And I'm also going to be back probably next weekend. I'm probably going to be back doing my first live. I did announce this in July, but in case you missed it, I'll announce it here. I am going live, but that live is particularly geared towards Leo because I do birthday messages on my channel. And Leo marked the second year that I did birthday messages. And to introduce new content, I'm also going to do a live partway through each birthday season with that particular sign. Leo is first, so they're up first. I will be live. It's an open door policy kind of thing, or an open door chat room, so you can show up if you want to. You can sit back and you can chill, but I will be specifically directing my energies and my messages for Leos in that session, okay? All right, Taurus, I will see you quite soon with those mid-August readings. Until then, I really do appreciate you guys watching and taking your time today. Thanks a lot. Bye.